Never in my life had I been in the presence of so many white people until I attended a predominantly white institution.
Going to a school like this, you're gonna have to work 10 times harder already just because of the way you look.
When you first come here, it's like, whoa, where are the black people? Where are the Hispanics, Asians, Blasians, something, a mix of something.
I had personal experience here where I felt left out, like in the classroom or when I was in the dining hall. Like I felt it, and I could feel the tension.
It's time for a change, so why not start now and fast, so black students can feel less uncomfortable and enjoy the campus dash.
In my experience at Longwood as a black man, it's had its ups and it's had its downs, but overall, I would say that it is an experience that shaped me for the better.
Say so far, it's been, I'd say, maybe 70% good, just because, there's been challenges along the way, but I'd say like my teammates and like my friends have made it a lot better.
My experience here as being a black student at the PWI, it's been a bit challenging because of how us black students are left out compared to other people that are not our race. So it's very challenging for us, for me.
I would say my experience so far as a black student at a PWI has been different. Transferring in here, I knew what to expect. I knew that it was, originated as a female college, so I knew I was going to be around a lot of females or whatever, especially white people. I'm okay with that, but I will say my experience has been a challenge for me.
To this day, I have never had a black professor. To this day, I am one of few, if not the only black girl sitting in the class. Even so, to this day, I strive for the best.
I feel left out because, so say for an example, if I walk into one of my classes here at Longwood, I'm the only black person in that class. So I feel left out. Then when we're doing group projects or something like that, like I feel left out. And usually when I'm like in that setting, if it's my first time going to that class, like I will group myself with someone that is the same complexion as me, someone that is black just like me. And when I go to look for that, it's not there. So it's very challenging because it's just like you don't have no one there that goes through the same things as you go through.
How I am as a black girl in the classrooms, I had to learn how to correct my tone when speaking out loud or commenting on things, or commenting on just different things were going on in the classroom, like what the conversation was or the topic was. It's hard for me to stay in a monotone or not over exaggerate what I'm trying to say. I feel like as a black girl, my voice or my tone may come off as I have an attitude or I have a problem or something along those lines, and a lot of times I have to pause and think, okay, wait a second, I can't talk like that because they're gonna look at me and say, oh my gosh, or make a face or something, and I really don't honestly have time to explain that or say, oh, I didn't mean it that way, this is how I mean to come off as, I'd say holding back my tone is my experience being here in the classroom setting and just being here in general.
I'd say being the only one of your kind in a lot of settings, that is a challenge because you're kind of like, you know, how am I being judged? Are there like, you know, preconceived like misconceptions about me when I walk in the room, things like that. Gosh, this was before, I'm taking it way back. This was before I even like submitted my deposit to attend Longwood University. But my father pulled me aside and he told me, he was like, you know, going to a school like this, you're gonna have to work 10 times harder already just because of the way you look. And that's when it kind of hit me hard. I was like, oh, you know, that's true. And then as I like progressed in like my years here and whatnot, I remember the most like a very interesting experience that I had was like I was showing up to like an honor society meeting, and I was a newly inducted member, and I was the only one of my kind there. And when I went there was like a girl at the door, and she kind of was like confused as to why I was there. Almost, I'm like, I'm here for the honor society meeting. She was like, oh, okay, come in. But like, she was shocked that I was there. I know that. And that was very, like, I couldn't focus the entire meeting because I was thinking about that.
We try to create safe spaces, you know, on our campuses. We try to create affinity spaces where people feel comfortable, where people feel a connection with one another, providing spaces where people can be their authentic selves, where they can engage in meaningful conversation, where there can be, you know, support. But I think to go along with that, not only is there outreach and support, but there needs to be, you know, a level of, you know, educational training, you know, that goes along. You know, how are we, you know, sharing, you know, this information, you know, about diversity, equity, access, and inclusion? You know, what are we doing to, you know, really educate ourselves about the various cultural competencies, you know, that exist? So not only is it, you know, outreach and support, but it's also education and training.
We love to work with any and everybody. I think we also do a very good job of listening and understanding and operating from the standpoint that experiences are not or are not monolithic. So every student of color on campus is not experiencing the same thing. Every student that identifies as a member of the LGBTQ+ community is not having the same experience on campus. So it's important for us to continue to keep our eyes, our ears, and our hearts open when we're working with folks. And I think that by doing that, that's how we contribute to creating a more inclusive environment.
I definitely say let's start on the Longwood website. I think that's a good start because, you know, when incoming people as well as people on the outside just looking in, the first thing they're going to do is go to the Longwood website. Let's put things on there for like Greek life. Let's, instead of put Alpha Sig, let's put AKA or Alpha Phi Alpha. For peer mentors, let's do some of the same things. So it's like just that overall promotion of, yes, this is a PWI, but there are students of color here who want to be here. Have the third floor of NA Scott Lounge in Upchurch is basically like a safe space for black students. It's just black students got to go look for that stuff. It's, once again, it's not going to just fall in your lap. For Longwood, I think that with education, definitely try to go out there and find a really good black candidate. But it's hard because there's just so much within getting positions here, because you got to look at if the person wants to live here, first of all, if the person wants to pay, are you providing what they want to teach, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So looking for like black candidates to be part of education and to teach, it's just, you can't just go get anybody black. But could it be helpful? Yeah, I'm sure that there's someone who's gonna latch on to the black professor or the black dean of the department, and they're gonna build a really good relationship. But just because they're black don't always mean everything. So Longwood can definitely try. They can definitely do their best and go out there and make sure that we're hiring more people of color in these positions. It's just what that change is gonna make, that's not up to me.
Diversity, equity, inclusion is important and well needed at PWIs today, so that minority students can love their campus and will not feel uncomfortable.